You will not believe what Jaguar Wright just did. The outspoken singer known for calling out the industry's darkest secrets has struck again. And this time her target is none other than Tyla, the breakout star shaking the world right. Now, Jaguar claims she has her hands on a $50 million contract tied to Tyla, a contract that exposes corruption, exploitation, and a sinister machine known as the American Girls. And when she says corruption, she's not talking small deals or shady managers. She's talking about a system designed to trap young women in contracts that make them look like global superstars, while the real money and power is stolen behind the scenes. According to Jaguar, Tyla's rise wasn't an accident, it was engineered. And this $50 million contract proves she's being used as the newest puppet in a cycle that has destroyed careers and broken lives before. Screenshots are already circulating. Alleged insiders are backing it up, and the internet is losing its mind. Some are calling Jaguar a liar. Others say she just pulled the curtain back on the biggest scam in modern music. But here's the question nobody can ignore. If this contract is real, what does it mean for Tyla's future? And how many other stars are trapped in the same game? Stay locked in, because the deeper we go into this leak, the uglier it gets. To understand why Jaguar Wright's alleged $50 million contract leak has the entire internet shaking, you have to know the players involved and the dangerous history behind them. Jaguar Wright isn't new to this game. For years, she's been the loudest whistleblower in R&B and hip-hop, accusing everyone from legendary moguls to rising stars of participating in what she calls the corruption of the machine. She has dropped names, told wild stories, and exposed secrets that no one else dared to touch. Sometimes people dismissed her as unstable. Other times, the things she said lined up with actual scandals months later. And now, she's put Tyla in her crosshairs. Tyla isn't just another new artist. It's one of the biggest global breakouts in the last 2 years. Her Afropop-infused hits have blown up worldwide, putting her on the same stage as megastars almost overnight. From magazine covers to Grammy buzz, Tyla looks like the dream every young singer wants: international fame, streaming dominance, and major label backing. But according to Jaguar, that dream has a price tag. Jaguar claims Tyla's success was bought and sold in a massive $50 million contract, one that locks her into a shadowy system controlled by what insiders call the American Girls. Now, what is that? According to Jaguar, the American Girls isn't a group of women at all. It's an industry code name, a label for a clique of powerful execs, stylists, and producers who handpick young female talent from around the world, repackage them to look American-friendly, and then milk their image until the next puppet comes along. Jaguar went on IG Live to rant about it, allegedly waving around pages of the leaked contract. She told fans, "This ain't Tyla's contract, this is a prison sentence dressed up in diamonds." $50 million sounds like a blessing, but when you break it down, they own her. They own her voice, her style, her name, even her silence. Fans immediately started asking, could this be true? Some pointed out how Tyla's rollout felt too perfect. Big performances, instant award nominations, features with massive stars, all within months. Normally, artists grind for years before reaching that level. Was Tyla's rise organic or carefully engineered? Jaguar insists it's the latter, and she claims the $50 million number proves it. She says the contract isn't about what Tyla earns, it's about what Tyla owes. Allegedly, the $50 million is structured as an advance for international touring, brand deals, and production, all of which have to be recouped before Tyla ever sees a cent. In short, Jaguar says, Tyla's been sold to the American Girls for global consumption. The craziest part? This isn't the first time Jaguar's made these kinds of claims. She previously accused labels of doing the same thing to artists like Aaliyah, Ashanti, and even Beyoncé during their early years. Back then, people said she was delusional. But after seeing lawsuits, Talal documentaries, and confirmed NDAs, Suddenly, her stories don't seem so far-fetched. So when she dropped Tyla's name into the fire, fans took notice, and almost immediately, screenshots of the alleged contract pages began circulating on Twitter and Reddit. One page supposedly outlined image control clauses, restrictions on Tyla's hair, styling, and public behavior. Another listed approved collaborators, big names she was allowed to work with, all tied to the same executive circle. And one particularly chilling section supposedly required Tyla to participate in American Girls events. What are those? Nobody knows. But the wording alone sent chills through the fan base. Jaguar also made a darker claim that Tyla's career was being set up as a replacement for an American artist who recently fell from grace. She didn't say the name, but fans speculated she was referring to Doja Cat, Normani, or even Saweetie. Women who, for different reasons, lost momentum in the industry spotlight. And here's where it gets even uglier. Jaguar claims Tyla's global Afropop identity is being used as a mask to sell a product that isn't really hers anymore. They don't want Tyla the artist. They want Tyla the brand. And that brand is now property of the American Girls. The internet immediately split. Some fans said Jaguar is clout chasing again, dragging Tyla for attention and recycling old industry conspiracy theories. Others said the receipts looked too real to ignore. And a third group, they started digging, pulling up old interviews, analyzing Tyla's management, even investigating which executives were tied to her label. The result? A storm of suspicion, theories, and finger-pointing that hasn't stopped since the leak. But here's where the real drama begins. Because just when people thought it was just another Jaguar rant, one alleged insider came forward with a shocking claim. The $50 million contract is real, and Tyla isn't the only one bound by it. According to this source, 3 other young female artists have signed nearly identical deals in the last 5 years. And they all share one thing in common: ties to the mysterious American Girls. The moment the alleged insider stepped forward, the entire story went from messy drama to full-blown scandal. Screenshots, leaked PDFs, and whispered testimonies began flooding Reddit, Discord servers, and Twitter threads. And suddenly, Tyla's name wasn't just trending, it was tied to words like slave contract, industry puppet, and $50 million scam. The supposed insider, posting under the alias American Truths, dropped what they claimed were redacted excerpts of Tyla's $50 million deal. The pages were blurry, heavily watermarked, but a few chilling phrases were crystal clear. Performer agrees to relinquish 80% control of image, likeness, and branding to Committee of Representatives. All public appearances, including unscheduled live streams, must be pre-approved by Ag Council. Performer required to attend semi-annual events under the American Girls Initiative. That last line was the one that broke the internet. What exactly are American Girls events? No one could answer, but fans filled the void with terrifying theories. Some said it was simply brand workshops. Others suggested it was cult-like industry gatherings where young female stars were reprogrammed for mass appeal. Jaguar Wright herself jumped back into the conversation with another Instagram Live, waving around more papers. Y'all think I'm making this up? Look at the signatures. Y'all see that executive name? Y'all know who runs those girls? This is the machine at work, and Tyla is the latest victim. She didn't show the entire contract, but she showed just enough to keep people hooked. And then, like gasoline on a bonfire, fans began comparing Tyla's alleged contract to known documents from past industry scandals. One Reddit post went viral after highlighting striking similarities between Tyla's leaked contract and the infamous JoJo contract from the mid-2000s, where the pop singer was trapped in a deal that controlled her voice and public image. Another thread claimed that Rihanna once fought a similar battle during her early Def Jam years, only to break free after massive success gave her leverage. Now, whether those comparisons were accurate or not, it didn't matter. The perception was set. Tyla's $50 million contract wasn't a blessing, it was a cage as the frenzy built. A bombshell tweet appeared from a verified music journalist, hearing that Tyla's contract isn't unique. There are at least 3 other female artists bound by identical terms, all tied to the mysterious American Girls exec circle. Fans instantly began guessing who those 3 artists were. Names like Ice Spice, Leto, and even Normani trended as theories spread. Were they also caught in the same web? Had the American Girls machine been manufacturing stars for years? And then came the twist that changed everything. Because a video, leaked allegedly from a private industry event last year. The grainy footage, shot on a phone, showed a group of young, female artists walking into a lavish ballroom. No cameras were supposed to be there. No media, just insiders. The women walked in wearing nearly identical outfits, sleek black dresses, diamond chokers, and high heels. At the front of the room, a massive sign read, "American Girls Annual. Gala for those who carry the legacy." The camera zoomed briefly, shaky but clear enough to capture one face among the group. Fans froze. It was Tyla. The footage sent shockwaves across social media, if real. This meant Jaguar Wright wasn't exaggerating. Tyla had been part of an American Girls event. And if Jaguar was right about the contract, it meant she wasn't. There voluntarily, she was bound by a deal that forced her to attend. Twitter erupted. Jaguar was right again. They dragged Tyla into the machine. American Girls equals the new MK Ultra. Look at their faces, none of them smiling. This ain't a contract, it's a cult. Even TikTok creators began stitching the footage with Jaguar's past rants, showing eerie parallels between what she described and what the leaked videos seemed to confirm. But here's the kicker. An anonymous account claiming to be a former stylist for one of the girls in that video chimed in with a chilling DM to a gossip blogger. Those events aren't about music, they're about control. They strip them down, rebuild them into brands. Tyla was crying backstage. She didn't want to be there. Whether real or fake, the comment fit the narrative perfectly. The image of Tyla, global sweetheart, chart-topping star, crying backstage at a secret gala was enough to ignite a firestorm, and then Jaguar Wright dropped the hammer. She posted a voice note, allegedly from a label executive she once worked with. The distorted voice said, "Every cycle, they pick one. Every few years, a new face to front the American Girls. It's not about music, it's about money and power. Tyla's just the latest product." Fans were horrified. Jaguar claimed that Aaliyah, Ashanti, Ciara, and even more recent artists had all been touched by the American Girls pipeline. Some escaped, some didn't. And now Tyla was the latest, locked into a $50 million deal she might never break. But here's the part that flipped the story upside down. While Jaguar was waving papers and insiders were leaking receipts, Tyla herself finally broke her silence. On her Instagram, she posted a cryptic message. "Don't believe everything you read. I signed my dream, not my nightmare. I'm blessed. I'm focused. I'm free." Fans didn't know what to make of it. Was Tyla genuinely denying the rumors? Or was she contractually forced to say this as part of the machine Jaguar described? The comment section blew up. Supporters spammed, "She's telling us she's okay. Let her live." But conspiracy theorists countered, "Of course she'd say that they own her words. She can't tell the truth even if she wants to." And that's when the biggest twist yet dropped. Jaguar Wright claimed she wasn't done. She said she had a second part of the contract, one that wasn't just about Tyla's music, but about something far more sinister. She ended her live with one haunting line. "Y'all think it's about the money? Wait until you see who really owns her." And just like that, the cliffhanger was set. Just when fans thought Jaguar Wright had dropped all her bombs, she came back harder. Waving what she called the second half of the contract. And this time, it wasn't just about Tyla's music. It was about ownership, billionaires, and names that shook the entire entertainment world. Jaguar's Instagram Live opened with a chilling statement. Y'all saw the $50 million? That was the bait. But this is the hook. Then once they sink it, in You Don't Come Back Out, she flipped through pages with highlighted lines and circled names. And what she revealed sent the internet into full-on hysteria. The first revelation, a contract allegedly tied Tyla's brand rights to a multinational conglomerate with ties to luxury fashion, tech, and beverage companies. According to Jaguar, every outfit Tyla wears, every photo shoot she poses for, every Instagram post she uploads is essentially paid placement for billion-dollar sponsors. They don't care about her voice. They care about the perfume she wears, the champagne bottle in the background, the sneakers on her feet. That's the product. Tyla ain't the star. The ads are. Fans quickly dug into her most recent Instagram posts and performances. Pointed out how often Tyla was seen with branded products in subtle ways. One viral TikTok showed clips of her wearing the same luxury jewelry brand 3 times in a row. Another highlighted her Grammy red carpet photo. Zooming in on the clutch, she carried a new product from a conglomerate-backed designer. Coincidence or proof of corporate strings? The second revelation. Jaguar claimed the American Girls weren't just a metaphor. They were a committee. A group of 7 powerful executives, 5 men and 2 women, who allegedly meet twice a year to decide the image, sound, and trajectory of global female artists. In Jaguar's words, they got their hands in everything. Tyla, what accent to use in interviews, what hair texture to wear on stage, who to smile with in photos. And don't get it twisted, this ain't new. They did it to others before her. But Tyla's the cleanest example yet. She named 2 executives. Blurred names in screenshots, but allegedly tied to labels with global reach. One was rumored to have ties to Rihanna's early career. Another allegedly linked to Ariana Grande's branding team. If true, this was bigger than Tyla. It was a system. The third revelation, Jaguar claimed there was a morality clause buried in the contract, one that forced Tyla to stay silent on political issues, religious views, or industry abuse. If she broke that silence, she would owe tens of millions in damages. Jaguar's voice cracked as she read aloud, "Performer agrees to abstain from public discourse regarding corruption, misconduct, or exploitation within the entertainment industry." Eyes locked into the camera. They literally paid her $50 million to keep her mouth shut. Not to sing, not to dance, to stay quiet. The internet went wild. Fans accused labels of muzzling young women. Others said this was the smoking gun Jaguar had been teasing for years. But the real kicker? Jaguar claimed she had proof Tyla wasn't alone. She flashed another page, 3 names blurred. But she teased, this same contract template has been used on other girls. You'd be shocked if I told you who. One y'all praise as the queen of TikTok rap. Another who's been crying about being shelved for years. And a third who just had her big comeback. All of them are American girls. Speculation exploded. Fans flooded timelines with theories. Ice Spice, Normani, and Doja Cat. Saweetie, Chloe Bailey, and Bowie. This ain't just Tyla. They're puppets too. The hashtag American Girls Exposed trended within hours. Then came the shocking twist. A document leak appeared on Reddit, uploaded by a user calling themselves AGA Whistle. The file was labeled American Girls Annual Report 2022. Inside, allegedly a presentation deck showing marketing breakdowns of multiple female artists, Tyla included. The report listed projected revenue from Tyla's sponsorships, $37 million. 2023 to 2024, projected global audience expansion. Target demographics, US teens, EU luxury market. Cultural positioning, Afro-international crossover, high ROI. Fans were horrified. It read less like an artist's vision and more like a product rollout for soda or sneakers. One slide even included the phrase, "Performer narrative, innocence to luxury audience growth. Cycle 3 to 5 years. Performer narrative." It was like Tyla's life had been reduced to a marketing slogan. By this point, the backlash was unstoppable. Supporters begged Tyla to speak out. Others attacked Jaguar, accusing her of destroying a young woman's career before it even peaked. And conspiracy theorists? They were having a field day. One viral video claimed, "This is why Tyla blew up so fast. No struggle, no grind, no story. Because she's a product. Her rise was scheduled." Another said, "The American Girls machine didn't just pick Tyla. They replaced someone else with her." Who did she replace? And then Tyla herself dropped another cryptic bomb. On her Instagram story, she posted a photo of herself in the studio. No caption, just a single emoji. The internet froze. Was she silenced by her contract? Was the emoji a cry for help? Or was she trolling fans, leaning into the chaos? Either way, it only fueled the fire. But the final reveal of the night sent chills down spines. Jaguar Wright ended her live with one final warning. If they did this to Tyla, imagine what they've done to the ones who didn't survive it. Imagine. The artists who disappeared, the ones who broke down, the ones who never came back. Y'all think this is about music? No. This is about control, and the American Girls don't play fair. Her words hung heavy. Fans started pulling up lists of artists who vanished mysteriously, who dropped one hit and then were never seen again. Theories exploded, and just when it seemed like things couldn't get more insane, Jaguar promised one more leak. She said she had emails. She said she had recordings. She said the next drop would name names and nobody was safe. The moment Jaguar Wright teased that she had emails and recordings tied to Tyla's $50 million contract, the industry went into panic mode. What started as messy gossip had turned into a wildfire, with fans, celebrities, journalists, and even political commentators weighing in. And the reactions, explosive. Twitter became a battlefield. Hashtag American Girls Exposed, hashtag Free TYLA, and hashtag Jaguar was right dominated trending charts worldwide. TikTok flooded with breakdowns of every word Jaguar said, every emoji Tyla posted, every blurry contract page that leaked. And the divide was vicious. Fans' reactions, one viral TikTok stitched Tyla's emoji with Jaguar's rant, adding text, "She's telling us she can't talk. She's trapped." It racked up over 5 million views in 24 hours. On Reddit, a thread exploded with theories comparing Tyla's contract to historic industry scandals. The top comment read, "They did it to JoJo. They did it to Kasha. They did. Eat to Megan. And now they're doing it to Tyla. Same playbook, different decade." But not everyone believed it. Another viral comment said, "Jaguar always talks crazy. If this was real, Tyla's team would have already sued her." That sparked another debate. Why hasn't Tyla's label issued a cease and desist yet? Fans argued that silence from the label was suspicious in itself. Celebrities chime in. The celebrity reactions took things to another level. Cardi B tweeted, "Every artist got contracts. Some good, some bad. But don't act like y'all ain't no labels be playing dirty. This been going on?" Summer Walker reposted a fan's TikTok, adding, "I believe every word Jaguar said. These contracts are cages. I've seen them, myself." Shaw, who rarely speaks on drama, liked a tweet that said, "If Tyla's contract real, the whole industry better be scared. 'Cause the receipts gone start coming out." And then the most shocking response, Doja Cat. During an Instagram Live, when asked about the American Girls, she laughed nervously and said, "Next question. Y'all not about to get me caught up?" Fans took that as confirmation. The clip spread like wildfire with captions like "Doja knows." She's hinting without saying it. Industry insiders, meanwhile, media outlets scrambled to cover the chaos. Billboard ran a piece titled, "Jaguar Wright Alleges Industry-Wide Exploitation." Could Tyla be the latest case? Rolling Stone published a cautious article saying, while Jaguar Wright's claims remain unverified, the lack of response from Tyla's label has fueled speculation. But gossip blogs went further. The Shade Room posted Jaguar's IG Live clips with the caption, "Jaguar says Tyla's $50 million deal is a trap." Fans split on whether this is truth or trolling. The comments section erupted with over 200,000 responses. The political twist the story even reached politicians. A U.S. Congresswoman who had previously spoken out about the exploitation of young artists tweeted, "If these contracts are real, they are not only unethical, but potentially illegal. Artists deserve transparency, not cages disguised as opportunity." That tweet sent shockwaves. For the first time, Jaguar's rant was being treated as more than gossip. It was becoming a political talking point. Tyla's camp responds, sort of, while Tyla herself only dropped the emoji. Her management team finally released a vague statement to Variety. Tyla is focused on her music and her fans. She is not interested in engaging with baseless rumors. "We encourage everyone to celebrate her art rather than amplify unfounded drama." But the word baseless didn't calm anyone down. Fans tore the statement apart. One viral tweet said, if it was baseless, they'd sue Jaguar immediately. Instead, they issued a generic PR spin. They hiding something. The dark web rumors as the debate raged. New claims started popping up in darker corners of the internet. Alleged insiders whispered that the leaked American Girl's annual report was only a fraction of what existed. Supposedly, there were full video recordings of the secret gala, showing execs making deals, artists crying backstage, and handlers coaching them before appearances. Whether true or not, fans believed it. Searches for American Girl's leak skyrocketed on Google, and TikTokers swore they saw snippets of videos that quickly got taken down. The cliffhanger of reactions then came the most shocking fan discovery. A user dug into Tyla's old interviews and found a 2022 clip where she said, "Sometimes I feel like decisions get made for me, but I just go along with it. I'm still learning." At the time, it sounded like a humble rookie comment. But in the context of Jaguar's claims, fans reinterpreted it as a cry for help. The clip resurfaced, hitting 10 million views in under 2 days. Now fans were screaming, "She told us from the start." And just when the industry thought things couldn't get any messier, Jaguar Wright teased again on Twitter. "Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Wait until I drop the recordings. Y'all gone? Hear them? Admit it with their own mouths. Recordings. She really had those. This wasn't just a PR nightmare. This could be the scandal that brings down executives, labels, and even brands tied to the American Girl system. Just when the world thought Jaguar Wright couldn't possibly escalate things further, she pulled the ultimate move. In a midnight live stream, grainy, dimly lit, her voice low but fierce, Jaguar claimed she had proof that would end careers, ruin reputations, and expose the real owners of the American Girls. Her words, the contract was just the appetizer. What I'm about to show y'all, that's the full meal. And trust me, the industry ain't ready. She leaned into the camera, her eyes blazing. These aren't just papers. These are recordings. These are names. And some of the people y'all worship the most. They've been pulling the strings the whole time. And with that, she dropped a snippet. The audio was muffled, distorted, clearly recorded in secret, but the voices, fans swore they could recognize at least 2 of them. A man's voice, low and commanding, said, "She's the face for now. Push her global, Africa, Europe, US, the cycle must continue." Another voice, smoother, replied, "What about the backlash? These leaks?" The first voice chuckled, Nobody will believe it. They never do. By the time they catch on, the next girl will already be lined up. The clip ended abruptly. Twitter imploded. Fans immediately speculated the first voice belonged to a major label CEO whose name is tied to half. Meanwhile, Tyla herself added fuel to the fire. Just hours after Jaguar's livestream, she posted a black and white photo of herself in the studio, face half hidden in shadows. The caption, "Who really owns me? You'll hear soon." The internet froze. Was she confirming Jaguar's claims? Was she teasing a new song? Or was this another cryptic industry distraction to pacify fans while the chaos played out behind closed doors? No one knew, but the speculation was unstoppable. As the storm built, another twist hit. A new account appeared on Twitter at American Girls Truth. Its first tweet simply read, "We were in the room. Jaguar's not lying." Next drop, video, attached, was a blurry still of what looked like a gala, a chandelier-lit ballroom. Young women in identical dresses. Executives lined up at the front. The caption under the photo, "They call it training. We call it trafficking." That single post gained 3 million views in under 5 hours. By now, the world was spiraling. Gossip blogs screamed that this was the biggest music scandal since #FreeBritney. Industry lawyers were allegedly scrambling to file injunctions against leaks. Can fans? They were glued to every second, since they were witnessing the unraveling of an empire. But Jaguar wasn't done. She ended her live stream with one last promise, one that left everyone trembling. "You think it's just Tyla? No, Tyla's just the newest. I've got contracts, got recordings, and I've got names y'all never expected. Next time I go live, I'm naming one of the biggest American girls, and when I do, this whole empire comes crashing down." Then she cut the stream. The cliffhanger left fans screaming. Who was the biggest American girl? Was Jaguar about to expose a global superstar tied to the same system? Could it be Beyoncé? Rihanna? A-list icons who had long been rumored to have ironclad contracts? Or was Jaguar targeting someone newer, a face the industry had just crowned as the next queen? Nobody knew. But one thing was certain. The world was watching, waiting, and panicking. And Tyla, the girl at the center of it all, had become both a victim and a symbol of something much bigger. An industry machine that was finally being dragged into the light. And now we're left with the most haunting questions of all. Jaguar Wright says she has more contracts, more recordings, more names. Tyla's team is scrambling, but their silence only makes the whispers louder.